while since I last posted. Apologies about that. Life just seems to be rushing from one thing to the next. So today our topic is a very exciting, healthy aging topic. I know a lot of people talk about anti-aging, and that I believe is not a very positive way of looking at the whole, I would say probably the whole industry, because we are going to age, whether we like it or not. The thing that we want to actually bring home with us is that how we live and what choices we make depends on how well we age. So aging is inevitable, but being unwell and being decrepit and being old, that is one of those things where a lot of what the new research is showing is that if we think of older age and we have the picture of a person who's not functioning properly, that a lot of that is actually pretty preventable. So although none of us can change the day that we actually are going to be on our way to the heavenlies, there is definitely a lot of research proving that what we experience as being old age is more to do with an insufficiency of nutrients, a toxic burden load, and so forth. So what I want to talk about regarding healthy aging is three major components that is involved in aging itself, the whole process of aging. The first one is inflammation. So they almost call inflammation inflammaging, because the moment you're inflamed, your cells are aging by the minute. Now, inflammation comes quite often from a variety of things, including your lifestyle and your diet choices, but definitely a very big component of it is free radicals. Now, free radicals we are surrounded by any pollution, any sort of exhaust fumes, food that's been fried, pesticides, herbicides, also even exercise causes some free radicals. Now, to quench those guys, we need antioxidants. And there's a couple of very well-researched antioxidants, so we're not really talking about major vitamins as much as about phytochemicals. Phytochemicals we find in different plant foods, mainly your foods that provide color, so that is your fruits and your veggies, yep, once again. And those are foods that we find if you are consuming enough of it, you are actually helping your body to fight free radicals. Now, where you find those is generally, we would say it could be better if it's organic, but if you don't eat enough, and we're sort of talking about 5 to 8 portions of veggies mainly, and then about 2 to 3 fruits a day, it would be wise to supplement with at least a multivitamin with some phytonutrients in it. Now, I'm not pro heavy levels or high levels of super antioxidants, because there's also been studies proving that if you have a very high antioxidant intake from a supplement source, that your body actually stops producing its own antioxidants. The second thing that we have to keep in mind is DNA damage. So as we age, what they've proven is that your life expectancy, unless something happens like an accident, is very much dependent on your telomere length. Now, I'm not sure whether most of you are familiar with that, but telomere length is almost like the length of your genetic cord. Now, every time your cells replicate, that cord becomes a little bit shorter and shorter. And when you run out of your telomeres, that is the day that you just peacefully pass away. And we are hoping that that would be what a healthy lifestyle will produce at the end of the day, is a peaceful passing in a well body. Now, DNA damage, again, same thing. Inflammation causes DNA damage, but also, unfortunately, toxins. Now, to give you an idea about toxins is that we live in an excessively toxic environment. If you think about pollution, if you think about pesticides, herbicides, if we just think about our skincare ladies, that we are exposing ourselves to over, I think the last study was between 80 and 100 toxins before you leave the home, between what you wash with, what you put on your face, what you sort of like use as a perfumes and so forth. So we very much have to, if we want to live healthily, be very mindful of detox. Now, I'm not talking about juicing or anything avoiding food intake or restricting calories necessarily, even though that can be helpful. I'm talking specifically about supporting the liver. Now, liver function or liver detox is divided into two sections. The first is your phase 1, and then there's a phase 2. And phase 1 is pretty much what gets your toxin out of your blood into your liver, and then the toxin becomes water soluble. So once it's water soluble, it can attack anything in your body. And then phase 2, that is basically where that toxin is removed from the body. Now, anything that boosts phase 2 detox, and mainly broccoli is a very good agent for that, is a very helpful thing to help us detoxify. And also then to be very much more conscious of how much toxins you're taking in, and if you're taking in enough water to actually get rid of it. The only ways toxin can leave the body is by getting liquid out of the body. So that has to be sweating, weeing, and then also some of the toxins will leave by your stool. That in itself is a whole topic, but if you want to age well, you need to be mindful of your toxic load or toxic burden in your body. Talking about the ways of trying to limit it, obviously we're talking about not smoking. We're saying mainly if we're looking at alcohol, max, if not less than, so 7 to 14 units a week. If you have any more than that, you're frying your brain. So we've got to be mindful of that. And if we are people who do enjoy alcohol, we have to, again, be more mindful of actually supporting the body than detoxifying all of that. And then when we're looking at the very last one of all of this, we're also talking about genetic mutations. So when we're talking about keeping genetics healthy, we're also talking about what we call methylation, which is mainly your body protecting the almost accuracy of how your cells divide. So looking at that, we're saying that a good methylator is a person whose homocysteine level is between 6 to 7. It's a very easy test that you can even do yourself. Unfortunately, medical aid won't cover it if you are not sent by your doctor. So it is a blood test that just indicates a level or a thing called homocysteine. And if your homocysteine levels are high, it has been linked to heart disease, to accelerated aging, to inflammation. So that's definitely something that we need to be very aware of if we're looking at healthy aging. Now, there is so much to talk about, and it's so individualized of what specific system needs the most support. But this is basically, in a nutshell, the couple of things we've got to be aware of to not age, because unfortunately that will happen, but to age as well as possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the space below, and then we will definitely try and end this year off in a bang and get you some more content to sort of end off the year. Thank you for your support, and have a lovely weekend further.